What is up, guys? My name's Semian. My name is Yen. I play The Sims. Did you see what I did there? Alright, guys, of course you can tell by the title, we're going to be talking about the Horse Ranch Backlash from the recent live stream, as well as getting into some Sim Guru's tweets. And also, we're going to be talking about speculation based on the console hairs, as well as getting into some pajama sets that were locked behind a paywall that now may be coming soon, and much more. Let's get into it, but before I do want to mention that I am doing a two-part giveaway where there will be two winners for the new Horse Ranch expansion pack. You can subscribe to my YouTube channel or follow me on Twitter or TikTok. Again, this is available for PC and console. Now let's get into the topic where The Sims 4 and Horse Ranch has been trending the last couple of days, and yes, it is still trending. The Sims Direct also took to Twitter to announce that stating there is going to be a laundry list coming soon. Now with that, we can expect the laundry list right before the update, and it's going to be coming with the items removed pop-up, broken invitation constructions, and a lot more. I did want to dive in deep quickly, but I'm sure your other favorite YouTubers have covered this as well. But just in case for those who don't and who rely on me, I did want to mention that they're going to be mentioning hair texture bleeding on Sims ears, mermaid Sims do not die by starvation or aging up, cross stitches available at a club activity, wants and fears, and wants are very repetitive. Now there's more of that, but I'll list everything down below. Now with that being said, we are going to dive deep into some backlash and some Simmers tweets, as well as some gurus about, the live stream. And the live stream basically had a lot of backlash because not only did it feel rushed, it also felt empty. A lot of people were wondering where is the gameplay, and it did feel overall unenthusiastic and very boring as the Sim Gurus were going through this. Many people did feel that the world was just not lively and that there wasn't enough people walking around, and just in general it looked very empty. After this, many people were also having their speculations on unicorns, but I will get into that much later in the video. But again, many people did feel that this was just not worth $40 for an expansion pack. At least that's what it costs over here. I would be curious to hear how much it costs in your country. With that being said, we are going to get into some Simmers tweets. Starting off with a Simmer named Princess Peapod saying, so horses take up a family slot. If I have a married Sim and we both have horses, that's 4 spots. The barn cat, sheepdog, 6. We have 2 kids and they can't have their own horses. Fable Simmer took to Twitter saying, I have a lot of things to say about the Sims 4 hand rat, but I'd like to say 5 positive things I saw. Wild grass, horse needs, hair and created Sim, Native American recipes, and horses look well done and move smoothly. Also goes on to say, what I would have liked to seen was new harvestals, corn maze, speed dating, a Native American NPC, white water rafting in the canyon, and horse-drawn wagons. Completely true, and I completely agree. Holloway Simmer also took to Twitter saying, I understand that, but the price of the DLC doesn't reflect the amount of content that's in it. It's a AAA game in a series that has millions and millions of players. You would think that just for one pack they could maybe up the budget a little, seeing as they would make back the money. And I completely agree, and I feel like if, again, I'll get into my thoughts on opinions just in a second, but someone by the name of Real House Gamer said, but I think the whole point I'm making is the lack of content is because the horses were so difficult, the same amount of effort was to put in. Just look different because it was on the things you can't see, but more behind the scene things. Does go on to say, the budget because of this, I think at this point is safe to say we are nearing the end of the game's lifespan, and things just haven't changed this entire time, so why would they all of a sudden? Someone else by the name of Yorka Shijiro said, I just feel like personally they decided EP game pack purely based on how much budget they will need. So say for instance a game pack is a budget of 5,000 and EP has a budget of 10,000. This is obviously not real numbers. I have no idea how money in the video game development works, lol, but I'd be curious also to hear your opinions on how much you guys think the budget actually is for some of these packs. Simmer Jamie said, I was excited about this pack, but this live stream is a bummer. The world looks great, but where are the new harvestables? Why isn't there butter cross pack compatibility with cottage living? I'm guessing you can't even be a vet horse either. WTF, hashtag The Sims 4. And Amazing Boy Para said, I did not see the focus on Native American representation. That is a huge part of the pack and was a reason to make the world inspired by US. So you gurus were what, lying? Now again, there was a lot of controversy and backlash regarding that specific tweet, and someone else by the name of Monica said, so I don't want to be negative, but I'm a little underwhelmed. The stream ended and my first thought was, that's it? I like the pack, but I was just hoping for just a tiny bit more, and many did feel that same way. Now with that being said, I did feel that I agreed with most of everybody in those comments, and I don't feel like we're going towards the end, but I do think the lifespan of The Sims 4 is completely going downhill because of recent activities and just the constant, disappointment that we have gotten. Simguru Popcorn has not made a statement, unfortunately, just yet, and she was a producer of the Horse Ranch expansion pack. Now, with all the backlash that came back from the gameplay trailer, she did make a statement saying thank you for the enthusiasm and criticism on the trailer. She did mention, if I'm not responding to a post, it's likely that I am unable to currently, or it's something I don't have insight to. Girls on here do our best to get the feedback to the folks that do, but again, we still haven't heard anything in a couple of days. Now, Simguru Bat, who is also a concept artist on the Horse Ranch expansion pack, hasn't said anything either. One of the simmers gurus in specific by the name of Matthew, or Magnetic, who's the principal designer of EA, actually tweeted about the new map that we could be expecting, stating, "Here are lot sizes for the Sims 4 Horse Ranch of Chestnut Bridge. Enjoy." And as you guys can see, we are going to dive deep a little bit more into this. Let's talk about it for a second. I am excited about the 50 by 50 and a 64 by 64 in the same world. That's very unheard of with the Sims 4, and I do like that we have multiple different options for lots. I'm just a little disappointed that we can't create our own equestrian center when it comes down to the middle of the map, which is where I feel like all it's going to be the most interesting. Now, with that being said, we are going to move into the very next topic, but again, I would love to hear your opinions about the map and how you guys feel about it. Again, there is just a lot of backlash when it comes down to this Horse Ranch expansion pack, and it does feel empty, and it should not have been an expansion pack in my eyes personally. That is my personal opinion, and again, I'm always welcome to hear yours. After the live stream, did you guys change your mind about the Horse Ranch expansion pack, or do you guys still feel that it should be a expansion pack? It's totally up to you. Now, one thing in specific with this whole pack is many people did notice when the Sims tweeted earlier about the country cowboys and just overall collabs, many people did notice the unicorns. Now, I'm quickly going to shut those unicorn rumors down because the Sims 4 actually promoted this video right after the live stream, and if you can see, it's just a bunch of Create-A Sim. Now, with the Create-A Sim, you can see in a little corner that there was a unicorn that was made. Now, again, I think it's just all customizable, and that we are not going to be able to actually have a whole separate unicorn in game, but yet it will just be customizable, and we can just add a little horn on top of it and call it a day. They're going to have the same animations, and it's just a little disappointing because many people did feel that this was a perfect opportunity to maybe have something similar to older Simmer games that could reflect back to the Sims 4 and just have that whole nostalgic vibe. But again, I feel like there isn't going to be a unicorn, and it's just going to be regular animations for horses. Again, let's go ahead and bring up the next topic, which is going to be about console. Now, if you guys aren't familiar, Leah Simmer is actually a really big advocate for console and has a petition as well as a group. If for those who are interested, I will actually link it down below. But again, if you guys aren't familiar with the console, they basically have been going through it ever since early January. That's right, we are halfway a year in, and they are still going through it. Now, many people did notice with the Sims Direct, they actually mentioned saying go to the Sims 4 forum about bugs and reports, because many people did feel some kind of way about console. Now, again, when the laundry list was listed, many Simmers took to Twitter to announce their concerns regarding why isn't there any changes for console, because it is unplayable. Someone by the name of Queer for Hire said, "How are reverting console controls not the number one concern? When will console be playable again? When will you ensure refunds to players who won them for everything we have bought on console, given the game is a massive mess?" Someone else by the name of Yokishijiro said, "Reminder to my console BBs that the controls won't be mentioned here because they are technically not a bug fix. Last time they were changed, they were mentioned in the laundry list, but they were in the patch notes, so don't lose hope just yet." Someone by the name of Ava said, "How do you decide what is important enough? My game has been basically unplayable for months because of this bug that has 3 years old report and keeps having new people commenting." Now, with all that backlash going on after they've tweeted, they haven't stated anything when it comes down to the Sims Direct except for the EA Answers forum. Now, if you go on, I was actually presented this blank screen every single time I clicked it, so I would be curious to know if you guys are receiving that same kind of, thing when you click it, because I don't know why, but once you get through some of the EA Answers HQ's questions, you are met with this over here. Now, this is very interesting because I did notice as I was scrolling, I was like, where the heck is the Sims 4? I was scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling and scrolling, and it was all the way at the bottom. Now, this is just a little speculation, but I wonder if this has to do with importance on when it comes down to people complaining about the game itself with EA's company, and the Sims 4 is all the way at the bottom. So do they really see anything about it when it comes down to, looking at the problems and what's going on with the Sims 4? Now, again, this is all speculation, but I'd be very curious to hear your opinions on it. Now, with that all being said, we are going to move into the very next topic, and we're going to be talking about the SDX shop that happened a couple of months ago. For those who aren't aware, Benji took the Sims to Twitter to saying, "Remember that controversial sleepwear set from a few months ago? It looks like it's coming to base game." Now, many people did have speculations with this, including the Henfred Hen, who also took to Twitter saying, "It looks like sleepwear set is coming to the Sims 4 in an update soon. Spotted in the Horse Ranch livestream, you can see the Create-A Sim assets, and they were previously only available for a limited time on console for players subscribed to EA Play. play. As you guys can see, when you were looking at the Horse Ranch expansion pack, some of these items were already here in base game. Now, I'm very curious to hear your opinions on this, but I actually don't think this is a part of, you know, the update, but that could just be me. If you guys aren't familiar with the whole SDX drop, there was a lot of controversy going on, and thanks to the simscommunity.info, and who I will link his article down below, saying the latest set of pajamas is available only if you're a subscriber to EA's game subscription model, EA Play. If you're subscribed to the service model, then you'll be able to unlock the set. I think the only reason that this was showing up during the Horse Ranch expansion pack is because maybe some of them are part of the, you know, the EA Play subscription, and they were able to get it. But again, that's my personal opinion. I would love to hear yours. And with that very last topic we are going to be mentioning, which is going to be base game hairs. Now, we do know that base game hairs have not been the most presentable and desirable look when it comes down to The Sims 4, and Hinford Hen actually started a petition just because of it. Base game hairs for The Sims 4 really need a huge update, and a petition has officially started. With that being said, why this petition matters is all of the older hairs in The Sims 4 are a texture mesh update so that they are looking up to date with the newer base game hairs that we have. With that being said, it looks like the Hinford Hen is finally getting its wishes, because there has been rumors and people also getting surveys alongside with this. Now, it does go on to say that aside from the styles, how would you describe the overall visual quality of hair in The Sims 4? Very low quality, average quality, high quality, and very high quality. Now, many people, when logging on to The Sims 4, have been receiving this specific survey, and I'm curious, have you guys, once opening your game, has seen this too? With that being said, a lot of Simmers did take to Twitter, including another Plumbob, saying, sounds like a pretty misleading question, to be honest, overall taking into account what? Because there's a huge quality difference between base game hairs versus EPs. Someone else by the name of Princess Peapod said, yeah, this question isn't worded great. If people just look at it like the newest hairs is good, they'll take that as we don't need to update the base game hairs in early packs when we really need that badly. Someone else had a very curious opinion when it comes down to Project Renee, saying, I think this is for Project Renee, and they showed hairstyles in the last Behind the Sims, and community had mixed reactions. I personally love clay hair and base game hairs, and again, I'm curious to know your opinions and thoughts when it comes down to base game. How do you guys feel about it, and do you feel that the hairs need to be updated? I personally do, but that's my thoughts and opinions. Again, do not forget to subscribe to my YouTube channel for a chance to be a winner for the new Horse Ranch expansion pack. We are counting down the days till the release, and well, you can follow me on Twitter as well as TikTok to be one of the winners of the giveaway. With that being said, and with a quick little recap, how do you guys feel about the Horse Ranch expansion pack live stream, and do you guys feel it should be a game pack or horse pack? I also want to know how you guys feel about a base game hairs, and have you guys received the surveys as well as the XTS drops that could be possibly coming soon. Now, for console issues, I'm curious, have you guys been having any more issues? Please comment down below to not only make people aware, but also make me aware, because I haven't been playing on console as of recently, and I would also want to know and keep updated with you guys so I can present anything as possible. With that being said, thank you guys so much for watching. I can officially say that we are on the road to 30K. Whether you're a silent viewer, comment on my videos, leave a like, which truly does help out my channel, or share it with a friend. At any point and moment you collab with my videos, you just still supported me in some kind of way, and for that I thank you. With that all being said, I will see you guys all in the very next video. Bye.